What's up, Bulldogs? I'm Nolan here with my co-host Drew.
Hey.
We are the pros, proliferating pop culture. We're really excited to be here. This is our first ever podcast episode thing or something. So let's get right into it. So Star Wars Battlefront 2 came out. What do you think?
It's great. It's great. Really great.
Yeah. I really enjoy that the gameplay is more sharp than the last one.
Yeah, there's a lot of detail in it.
The graphics are like gorgeous.
Yeah, they got the lowest bit of detail.
The lowest bit. The lowest bit. What I really like about the campaign. What I really like about the gameplay is that it transitioned over to the campaign as well. So like when you play the campaign, you will basically get the gist of multiplayer, except difficulter, because you're fighting AIs instead of actual people.
The multiplayer's different.
The multiplayer's different. See, in the multiplayer, you get to play with actual people.
You shoot people.
Yes, and you actually have like the minor classes, and then like the other people
go in different worlds.
Yeah, you go in different worlds. Well, you technically go in different worlds in the original.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah. So that's interesting.
What I really like is the starfighter battles.
We just want to mention this really quickly, but somebody's actually listening to us. They're just like, "What even in the world is happening?"
Drew's just staring at me like. Yeah.
Yes, I am.
We're just like so confused to his face.
Back to the topic.
Starfighter Assault. I don't play it on it as much because I'm not as like.
I like the driving mechanics,
but I'm not as like the greatest at it, and I'm really bad. I usually play under heroes versus villains because that's more easier for me, and that's what I've been playing on.
I like the setup of it.
The setup of what?
What?
The setup of what?
The setup of the driving mechanics.
Why are you even listening in the first place?
I don't know. I got curious and I wanted to listen, but instead it was like Drew said in the beginning, he was like, "I'm gonna watch you guys."
Yeah. I really enjoy Starfighter Assault, like I said, but it's just one of those things that it's not bad, but I wouldn't go back to it because that's not how I usually play video games. I'm not good as in the air as in the ground. Yep. Although if one of my friends is like, "Hey, you want to play Starfighter Assault?" I'm like, "Fine."
I'm really good on I get 10 kill streak for my first life, but I like the driving mechanics and all the floating stuff when you're in space and how all the things work in it, like the debris and just.
What I really like about the Starfighters is that you get ability in star cards like you do in with the standard class ground people.
Yeah, you have to get your own cards and upgrade them and stuff.
Yeah. What I personally feel like that. Sorry. I personally feel like that the amount of credits that you get in a match have been a little too overly received, if that makes sense.
I didn't know that.
Because in a recent update that came out a day or two ago, you now get if you rank up in a match, you get 3,000 or 2,000 credits instead of
What level are you?
What level I am? I don't know. I'm somewhere 19 or 20.
Same.
So which one did you pre-order?
Elite Trooper.
Elite Trooper. I pre-ordered the standard.
I got the Last Jedi set.
Yeah, I got the Last Jedi stuff and Yoda as well.
Yoda's for everybody.
Yoda star card. I did not get the rest of the startups as well.
Because what's good about the Elite Trooper, so when you did the beta, when you did the beta, it saved your progress for the next one.
Yeah, when you downloaded the beta, you would get a veteran crate. And I really like that crate, to be honest. It gives you some interesting stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I also got with my pre-order. But, yeah. And Starfighter Soul also has those hero vehicles. So those are really interesting. I feel like there should be more, or like the people that are driving those vehicles on the ground. So like if you wanted to play as, let's say Poe, you want to play as Poe, you could play with him as ground and up air. It would make more sense, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. The DLC is coming out soon, so I'm really excited. You said it has Finn in it?
Mm-hmm. In Phasma. Speaking of heroes, I feel like the roster of heroes that you get in I feel like the roster of heroes that there were in the original game, I'm sorry, I feel like the roster of heroes that were in this game was a little disappointing.
Yeah.
You see, we got all of this original trilogy stuff from the first game. We need to focus more on the prequels and the sequel eras.
Yeah, because I like the
Good thing is, good thing is, when that first DLC pops, we're gonna get some sequel era people like Finn and Phasma. I heard leaks though that, or like data miners for the game or whatever, they found a early concept of General Grievous, and I believe also Obi-Wan voice lines.
Mm-hmm. I know about that already.
Yeah.
That's great.
Hi. But yeah, so they found that. They also found, I think, Dooku's abilities as well.
That's
so
good.
Dooku's probably gonna be in the game.
Because they don't have as much villains as heroes.
No, they're equal.
I know, but in the whole
iconic,
movie, in the hero side, the heroes cost less than the villain side.
Yeah. You see, it depends on what era you're playing in. If you play in prequel, you get a little bit more of a discount when you play as Yoda. Mm-hmm. But if you wanted to play as Luke in a prequel era map, you'll have to pay a little bit more battle points. And then it goes vice versa with original trilogy and sequel era. What I love about Heroes vs. Villains, though, is that it's not like the first Battlefront where it's like this CSGO elimination kind of mode, if that makes sense. When you're dead as a hero, you have to go back as infantry. While as this game, you get to play as a hero all the time. 4v4. There's no all the heroes are gone, round over, and then they select new people. You're always a hero at every time, and you also get, and then it's a new type of objective. You got to take out a specific hero.
Yeah.
And then when that guy dies or is out, you will have to find another target, or you have the chance to be the next target. So you have to take out the enemy side, and whoever loses a bunch of heroes first loses. Yeah. Speaking of game modes, Strike is a new game mode. What do you think about that?
I thought it was great because the scenarios, that you see in Star Wars.
It's like team.
It's like team deathmatch.
It's like capture the flag.
Yeah.
I love that. I feel like that game mode has more potential. It's just not elaborated on yet, and we should get some more elaboration on it. But we apologize about another interruption. We had another mic issue or another topic issue. So yeah, the internet, Wi-Fi, lag has been really annoying recently. I feel like that should be improved on so it has less lag and all that nice stuff.
Yeah, I've had some difficulties when I'm getting on. If I can't load into a specific map, I lag out and I go to the main menu and I have to reload my whole thing again, which gets really annoying after a while. So hopefully they fixed it.
Yeah, and speaking about the internet and Wi-Fi, all that stuff, recently the FCC chairman, Ajit Pai, is that his name?
I think so.
Is now trying to remove net neutrality, unfortunately. And in my opinion, that's probably a really bad idea. Because here's the thing about that. Things with net neutrality is that if you don't know what it is, it's basically how I can basically describe it, treating all websites equal. So throttling internet speeds, lowering internet speeds, raising internet speeds, all of that loading time is just the same. The problem is that the FCC chairman wants to remove that, so when it gets removed, you can throttle internet speeds, you can raise, lower, you could block websites altogether, you can charge for specific websites, all that stuff.
I think the block thing is actually going to be pretty good.
The block? I personally want net neutrality to stay, because if this specific thing, if it gets removed from law, it could potentially start like a war on its own. Not like a war where like armies go together and clash, but like a war
Digital war.
like a digital war. And we don't want that. And that can actually lead to an actual war if it got really bad, which it shouldn't, but really, really bad. So, yeah. What's your opinion? What do you think? Should it stay? Should it go away?
Honestly, I think it should stay.
Yeah.
So,
Any specific reasoning that you think that, or?
no.
Yeah. Luckily, the bad, everyone's speaking out saying, we need this to go away. We need this to stop. We need to keep net neutrality no matter what. Because they know if they get rid of it, basically the internet is no more that we used to know about. The FCC chairman has apparently, as I heard, have been using bots to make it look like net neutrality is bad and we should remove it. And he's doing that for his own gain, even though he should be listening to the actual people of America instead of relying on these bots. So when they go on December 14th or on the 14th and say, hey, we want to repeal net neutrality, and they say, what is the public think? And then they go on the website or whatever, and they have those bots, and they say, oh, well, you see, the public is like, hey, we want to remove net neutrality, even though those aren't actual people. What I'm hoping that happens is that all those people that have contacted a senator, I think, people have been contacted, or like, they should probably realize that, we should not repeal this law. So we're going to shut down this case before anything could happen. And a bunch of companies has also said net neutrality is important. Netflix, Google, Twitch, all those big companies and all these massive companies and other companies at all is we need to stop the FCC removing net neutrality. And when is this all going down? The 14th?
I don't know.
So, yeah, I'm just saying that this repealing, or I guess you could say retaliation of net neutrality should stop. We need to keep this thing. What really annoys me is that the Fox News is helping Ajit Pai repeal net neutrality with these lies and I guess you could say manipulation at this point. He's been on there multiple times, Ajit Pai, about net neutrality. And what's annoying is that he's been lying about how bad it is. He said once that in the digital economy, nobody has ever throttled or raised or lowered speeds. But here's the problem. There actually have been companies like Verizon, I think Verizon did it once, where they blocked Google Pay for their own game, and then they made some new mobile app.
I just discovered this podcast is recording me because it's just turned off. So I can put you down.
1 second, please. So, yeah, he also said that all Americans can have his or her say on the matter if they would like to get into the issue. But the problem is that they have publicly released to the public that they're not listening to the public outcry about the issue, which is really bothering. And what are your thoughts on this about him lying about how it's bad and him?
I think it's just being selfish at this point.
Yeah, he's being really selfish, in my opinion. So if any of adults are listening, please help us save net neutrality, I guess. So yeah. So also, he's also a ex-Verizon member or lawyer, and when he was in Verizon, I believe Verizon throttled or raised or lowered something. They throttled Netflix for a time, and then shoot, I just lost it. Give me a second. And then now he's the chairman of FCC, and the FCC is now trying to get rid of net neutrality. That cannot possibly be coincidence at all. Like, it's mentally or physically impossible. Virtually impossible for that to happen. And it's just bothersome at this point. So yeah, I feel like this should be a nice time to wrap up. This was the pros and cons podcast. Tune in next time where we'll talk about The Last Jedi and North Korea. Thank you guys for listening in to our first podcast. We love you guys so much. See you guys later.
Bye.
We would also like to give a shout out to Joseph Holnack for our sound engineering and Kevin MacLeod for our intro music. Thank you.